2018 Nissan X-Trail Review. Pros: easy they are driving, generous equipment levels, good number of diesel engines, decent space for almost all families. Cons: not as capable off-road as some rivals. Interior quite plasticky, doesn't feel special. Xtronic gearbox not one of the most responsive. Third row of seats cramped. The Nissan X-Trail SUV can be a large, 5-seat family SUV while using option to upgrade to 7 seats for the people needing to accommodate larger families. It was facelifted in August 2017 to provide the range some midlife extra zip. While the X-Trail is comparable in size towards the Honda CR-V, which merely has 5 seats, more direct competition also comes in the form on the Hyundai Santa Fe, Kia Sorento and Skoda Kodiaq, all offering space for 7 in a SUV body style. What's clear is Nissan has followed the current trend of softer, more family-friendly motoring by having an on-road bias, in contrast to something more utilitarian just like the first and second generations Trails. Choice of 2 diesels and another petrol. Buyers can specify their X-Trail with a range of 1.6-liter and 2.0-liter DC diesel engines, then one 1.6-liter digged petrol unit. Both 2- and 4-wheel drive versions are available while using diesels, even though the petrol is just available in two-wheel drive form. Most Brits find the 2WD option. The two-wheel drive 1.6-liter DC 130 would be the one to go with if low running pricing is a priority, since its 130 horsepower output and 11.4-second 0.62 miles per hour time suit an even more relaxed driving style. 4-wheel drive models are slightly quicker, however its greater powerful 2.0-liter DC 177 that delivers strongest performance in the whole lineup. The 1.6-liter turbocharged petrol, badged digged 163, might be more of a distinct segment option in the big, family SUV, but performance is similar to the higher-powered diesels, although fuel economy are not quite as impressive. Practical interior with space for 7 as standard, the X-Trail is often a large 5-seat family SUV, however you can upgrade to your 7-seater if you want 2 extra pews that fold out from the boot floor. They're not probably the most spacious group of third-row chairs available, however if you occasionally require extra versatility, they're useful. Around 40% of buyers order the third row of seats. Plenty of it technology as standard. There are 4 trim levels to select from, but even entry-level Vizia models come well built with most in the equipment most buyers would wish. However, your choice is restricted to 1 diesel, 1 petrol and manual transmissions. If you would like more options, Ascenta, Envision and Tegna trim levels are available, having a wider number of engine and gearbox combinations, along with the selection of 2- and 4-wheel drive. As you'd expect, top-level Tegna cars are filled with desirable technology and safety equipment for the investment. The verdict: the Nissan X-Trail can be a great SUV that gives plenty of space for the family, numerous engine and gearbox choices along with a relaxed, easy driving experience. It won't go mud-plugging like X-Trails of old, but on-road comfort and refinement tend to be important to those spending nearly all of their time town or about the motorway. Nissan X-Trail review. Buy for that detailed test. 2 diesels and something petrol option. Most powerful diesel packs a punch. Petrol is pokey, but a market choice. Diesel fans are very catered for within the X-Trail range. There's a selection of 2, whereas there's only 1 petrol option. The diesels form the overwhelming many X-Trail sales. Nissan X-Trail diesel engines. The 2 diesels from which to choose are called DC 130 and DC 177. The DC-130 can be a 1.6-liter turbocharged diesel engine producing 130 horsepower and 320 Nm of torque. Two-wheel drive variants will complete the 0.62 mph benchmark sprint in 11.4 seconds and tops out at 112 mph, whilst the CVT automatic version cuts this to 11.0 seconds and it is marginally quicker using a 116 mph top speed. Opt for just a four-wheel drive version and also the run from 0.62 mph is dealt with in 10.5 seconds using a manual gearbox, and it'll continue on to some top speed of 117 mph. The DC-130 is essentially the most popular engine choice inside X-Trail range, and it's well suited for the car, with smooth yet punchy power delivery and reasonably low running costs. However, it could be quite noisy in the event you're pushing with a bit quicker. You could possibly need to do with a good amount of passengers and luggage on board. If the DC-130's output isn't enough, the DC-177 remedies this, having a useful 177 horsepower and 380 Nm of torque made out of its 2.0-liter turbodiesel engine. Four-wheel drive would be the only option if you desire the 6-speed manual gearbox, plus in this form it'll move from 0.62 mph in 9.4 seconds and on to a highly regarded speed of 127 mph. Want the auto to change gear in your case? The Stronach CVT automatic below can be obtained with a collection of two- and all-wheel drive powertrains. The former takes 9.6 seconds to try and do the 0.62 mph run and can top out at 124 mph. As you move, the latter takes 10.0 seconds and can run out of puff at 116 mph. While it's a lot better than your everyday CVT box, it is not as close into a dual-clutch automatic like VW's DSG as we would like. There is still the casual moment of pushing the throttle and many noise erupting without much acceleration, and every so often the artificial gear steps get confused. DIGT 163 could be the only petrol option sitting between your two diesels with regards to power. Maybe the DIGT 163 petrol engine. It's a turbocharged 1.6-liter four-cylinder that you just will also find inside popular Qashqai. As the name suggests, it makes 163 horsepower, but less 240 Nm of torque compared to the diesel's offer. Power delivery is smooth and responsive and it's great out and about. You may need to work the gearbox on manual models somewhat harder about the motorway should you're planning overtaking maneuvers. Situations genuinely highlight lacking punch compared to using the diesels. Performance is decent, though, which has a 0.62 mph period of 9.7 seconds plus a top speed of 124 mph, meaning it's using a par using the higher-output diesel. Two-wheel drive along with a manual gearbox can be your only drive and transmission option, though. Safe as opposed to scintillating good body control and cozy ride, four-wheel drive provides all-weather ability there isn't a great complaint about here, though the X-Trail is perhaps no race car. There's a visible amount of body roll through corners, plus the car may be prone to constantly a fair bit over harsh bumps from the road. It's neither as comfortable nor as planted since its Qashqai sibling. The two main cars share the primary engineering platform underneath different bodies. The X-Trail feels a little bit more ponderous, nonetheless it rides well, absorbing most lumps and bumps within the road, even around the larger 18 inches and 19 inches alloy wheels. The facelifted Nissan X-Trail is usually a simple car drive and automobile, using a small turning circle, accurate and light-weight steering, and good forward visibility. On the trail, it's tricky to notice any great differences between two- and four-wheel drive versions on this trail. It's only inclement issues that will highlight the will and advantage of have a four-wheel drive version, or if you want to take it off-road. However, this trail is as simple as no means probably the most accomplished off-roader for sale. If that's a top priority, then look elsewhere, as being the ground clearance isn't as impressive as something such as a Land Rover Discovery Sport. If you often drive on slippery roads, which are particularly bad in the wintertime, you'll appreciate the protection and reassurance the four-wheel drive X-Trails offer. A rotary switch nearby the gear lever enables you to switch between 2WD and 4WD, although electronics can summon all-wheel drive either in mode whenever they detect wheel slippage. Functional and well-laid-out interior, easy to obtain, comfortable behind the wheel, not as premium feeling as rivals. The cabin on this X-Trail feels quite grown-up and reflects a lot more mature side of Nissan's arsenal. Majoring on practicality and comfort, the X-Trail feels fit for purpose. Nonetheless, it's not probably the most exciting location to spend in time. Even with the 2017 facelift introduced new interior improvements, such as being the flat-bottom leader. The dash is clearly laid out, having a large speedo and rev counter taking center stage. Between them sits a compact screen that may display several parameters, including safety system information and information regarding your car's economy or performance. It's quite like you'll find inside the Qashqai, actually. Materials used within the cabin feel completely hard-wearing, but not of any quality approaching premium rivals. Again, it's function over fashion here. The result is likely to be very resilient, but we had been disappointed from the juxtaposition of classier squidgy, soft-touch plastics and brittle, Legaspec materials. The controls are laid out nicely, but Honda's CR-V trumps it in this respect, that has a gear lever that falls easier to hand, while quality of an Kia Sorento is superior to your Nissan's. The facelifted Nissan X-Trail, launched in August 2017, added a new tire, making it easier to determine the dials and boasting a heating element to maintain your fingers toasty on cold winter mornings. The trunk seats is usually heated on some models, too, although only like a bench rather than individually. This could bring about some squabbles with children, we predict. X-Trail majors on comfort for all those on board, supple suspension and a good amount of space refinement, a substantial point, too, in learning to be a car with better road manners and less of an focus on rugged off-road ability than its predecessors. The Nissan X-Trail's comfort levels are greater than they've have you been. Even the most of higher-spec models come fitted with large 19-inch alloy wheels, which doesn't upset its composure. The seats are supple, making traveling big miles no issue at all. Nevertheless, they could do which has a little more lateral support to help keep you constantly in place when you're cornering at anything spanning a snail's pace. It's a rather quiet environment too, although the diesel engine can sound somewhat gruff when worked hard. This is worse with all the Xtronic CVT automatic gearbox. There's noticeably more wind and road noise, compared with all the Nissan Qashqai. With less sound deadening and none of the car's upgraded seals and aerodynamic trickery fitted from the 2017 facelift, the X-Trail is usually quite loud at speed. All models full of standard equipment, even entry-level models, well-equipped top-spec models popular and won't give you wanting standard Nissan X-Trail SUV equipment. All Nissan X-Trail trim levels are specified with plenty of standard equipment, although all overlook connectivity features, for example Apple CarPlay and Wi-Fi hotspots, quickly must-have features for families about the move. Vizia 17-inch alloy wheels, LED daytime running lights, 6 airbags, electric parking brake, electric windows, aircon, 5-inch screen with Bluetooth, CD player, USB and aux connection, cruise control, drive mode system, Ascenta front fog lights, rear privacy glass, panoramic sunroof, dual zone climate control, electric folding mirrors, automatic lights and wipers, and connect a smart vision pack, autonomous emergency braking, lane departure warning, Traffic sign recognition 7.0-inch touchscreen infotainment system with Satan of 360-degree camera DAB radio 18-inch alloy wheels keyless entry and ignition electric tailgate front and rear parking sensors Techna blind spot monitoring 19-inch alloy wheels moving object detection heated leather seats with two-tone tan and black option electric front seats with seat heating back and front automatic parking function LED headlights with automatic high beam optional Nissan X-Trail SUV accessories. There are incredibly few factory optional extras available for this X-Trail. There are a handful of bundled option packs. Vizia Smart Vision Pack adds traffic sign recognition, lane departure warning, forward emergency braking and front and back parking sensors to Vizia Aspect Cars Ascenta Smart Vision Pack. As per the above mentioned, forum parking sensors that happen to be Awachi standard. You may also upgrade to 7 seats for £1,000 on any model. 5 seats are standard, while metallic or pearlescent paint will be the other paid for extras. On top of the range Techna models, which are the reason for around one-half of UK sales, the conventional black leather could be upgraded to cream leather. Look out also for your new upgraded Bose stereo with 8 speakers launched as part with the 2017 facelift package. Nissan X-Trail is sold with 5-star safety rating. Lots of normal kit to hold you safe. Don't must pay extra for a lot of safety features in relation to crash testing. Nissan X-Trail safety continues to be awarded 5 stars by Euro NCAP. There's a huge number of safety kit available, both included in trim levels as well as available as optional extras. Every X-Trail gets 6 airbags in addition to hill start assist, tire pressure monitors as well as a speed limiter. They also include Nissan chassis control, which uses the brakes to stabilize the auto under various conditions, for instance undulating road surfaces or enthusiastic cornering in slippery conditions. You will also get stability and traction control systems together with ABS and electronic brake force distribution. There are 2 ISOFIX child seat attachments about the second row. The rearmost third row doesn't have this function. Features, for instance automatic lights, main beam headlights and wipers are offered too based on trim level, as well as parking sensors and Nissan's Bird's Eye View 360-degree parking camera. Other security measures on higher spec cars include traffic sign recognition, autonomous emergency braking, lane departure and blind spot warning systems and keyless entry start. The 2017 facelift added a raft more safety functions, including autonomous braking in emergencies, which often can now spot children and animals straying in your path because of radar sensors. Rear cross aware of warn should you're on the verge of reverse into traffic, plus a hill hold function on manual cars that'll automatically apply the brakes to get a few seconds whenever you stop with an incline. From spring 2018, Nissan's ProPilot is going to be offered about this X-Trail, bringing semi-autonomous features to let your vehicle drive, available for you in certain, carefully prescribed conditions like traffic jams or on well-marked highways. X-Trail is extremely family-friendly. Generous space for 5 and luggage. Third row of seats costs extra. Space offered from the X-Trail impresses. There's lots of room within the cabin and also the doors open incredibly wide too, almost to 180 degrees, in reality, therefore it's very easy to have in and out. The X-Trail is bigger as opposed to previous versions. All 5 seats slide forwards and backwards by 26 cm together with reclining. This means you can optimize the width configuration dependent on your requirements. Need space for larger adults inside rear? Slide the seats back. More boot space. Move them forwards. You've got the right number of cup holders and cubbies dotted throughout the interior, plus a good-sized glove box to disguise your possessions away. While it's a 5-seat car out in the box, it is possible to bolster Nissan X-Trail practicality with the addition connected with an extra 2 sliding and reclining seats situated from the boot. This is usually a £1,000 option but will probably prove fairly popular. As a general rule, buyers will order it just in case to assist on school runs and occasional forays with extra passengers. They fold away flat, so you've got a usable boot in the event you don't need all 7 seats. It isn't essentially the most comfortable destination for a B-sat inside rearmost row, though. Taller passengers will feel cramped, but it really is perfect for children or short hops. Those sat inside the middle row should compromise on their own legroom to adjust to them in 2 by sliding the bench forward. Just remember, you don't get much boot space by any means with all 3 rows of seats erected. The X-Trail is merely slightly longer and wider compared to a Qashqai crossover. Thus it shouldn't feel as if too much of your lump to operate a vehicle and maneuver. Various aids, for example parking sensors and cameras, will assist when parking at the same time, so while using X-Trail it won't feel as if you're navigating a bus. The boot is large at the maximum of 550 liters on pre-2017 facelift cars. It increased to 565 liters on a revised 2018 model year car, thanks with a new, flatter plastic molding liberating more space. Fold the corner seats flat along with the boot space swells with a cavernous 1996 liters, and you are able to divide a corner backrest 60 hours 40 minutes to cart odd loads. The load bay includes a clever feature as standard, a luggage board with 9 different configurations, meaning it is possible to vary the number of space to hold objects from flying throughout the boot area. Look out also for electric tailgate operation, that takes a ponderous 7 seconds. Nissan X-Trails built after August 2017 added a waggle foot open function, useful if your hands are packed with shopping bags or children.